I used to think betrayal would come crashing down. Loud, chaotic, impossible to miss. But when it happened to me, it came softly, like a whisper in the dark. Her name is Sophie, and for 6 years, she was my world. The woman who once traced constellations on my arm and promised forever under the glow of our wedding lights. Somewhere along the line, forever started to fade. It began with small things. The silence that lingered after I said I missed her. The way her phone suddenly became a part of her hand, always face down. Late-night showers after girls' dinners. I wanted to believe her. God, I wanted to believe her. But love makes fools out of honest men. One night, she came home smelling like a mix of rain and whiskey. Her lipstick was smudged, not the color she usually wore. I asked if everything was okay, and she smiled too quickly, too perfectly. Just tired, she said. I nodded, pretending I didn't notice the text that lit up her screen. Can't wait to see you again. No name, just a heart. I didn't say anything that night. Instead, I stared at the ceiling until morning, wondering when my home had become a stage and my life a performance. The next few days, she was distant but sweet, like someone overcompensating for guilt. I played along, waiting for the moment the truth would show its face. Then it happened almost by accident. I was leaving for work when I saw a message pop up on her laptop. She had forgotten to close her email. It was from someone named Ryan. The words were short, but they were enough. Same place tonight? My stomach turned. I wanted to scream, to break something, to make the world stop spinning. Instead, I did the one thing I never thought I would. I stayed quiet. I needed proof. That night, I told her I had to work late. She nodded absent-mindedly, too eager to believe it. She spent extra time getting ready, curling her hair, spraying perfume I hadn't smelled in months. I stood in the doorway, pretending to tie my shoes, memorizing the sight of the woman I thought I knew. Once she left, I waited 10 minutes, grabbed my keys and followed. The city was quiet, the streets washed with the glow of streetlights. My hands shook the entire drive. Every block closer felt like another layer of denial peeling away. She parked outside a small restaurant on the edge of town, the kind of place couples go when they don't want to be seen. I stayed back, watching her walk in, her heels tapping like a countdown. She took a booth by the window, checking her phone, smiling nervously. Minutes passed. She kept glancing at the door, waiting. I don't know what came over me. Anger? Heartbreak? Maybe both. But I stepped out of my car and walked straight inside. The bell above the door jingled softly as I entered. Her eyes lit up when she saw someone approach, then froze when she realized it was me. The color drained from her face. The smile vanished. Her hands trembled around the wine glass. Expecting someone else? I asked quietly. For a second, she couldn't speak. The entire restaurant seemed to hold its breath. She opened her mouth, searching for a lie, but nothing came out. And that's when I placed my phone on the table, screen up, showing her the messages between her and Ryan. Her reflection shimmered in the glass, pale and broken. Her eyes darted between the phone and my face, panic slowly crawling up her throat. James, I can explain, she whispered, voice trembling. Don't, I said softly. You've been explaining things for months, Sophie. I just stopped listening. She swallowed hard, her mascara smudging as tears welled up. Around us, the restaurant murmured with hushed whispers. Forks paused midair. I didn't care. For once, I wanted the world to see what I had been living with, the ghost of a marriage pretending to breathe. I didn't mean for it to happen, she said, her voice cracking. It was just an accident? I interrupted. You don't accidentally meet someone in secret. You don't accidentally hide your messages or change your passwords. You choose it. Every time you walked out that door, you chose him. She shook her head violently, like she could shake the guilt off. It wasn't like that, James. I was lonely, So was I. I cut in. But I didn't go looking for someone else to fill the silence. She looked down, the weight of her own choices pressing on her shoulders. I could almost see the memories flashing behind her eyes. The lies, the sneaky smiles, the nights she said she was staying late. It was all there, in the way she couldn't meet my gaze. The waiter came by awkwardly, asking if we were ready to order. I shook my head, and he disappeared, probably grateful to escape the storm brewing between us. I took a deep breath, steadying the tremor in my hands. "I didn't come here to yell," I said quietly. "I just wanted to see how far you'd go. To look you in the eye one last time and know the truth." Her lip quivered. "Please, James, don't end this like it ended the moment you started lying," I said. For a long moment, neither of us spoke. The only sound was the faint hum of a jazz song playing somewhere in the background. It felt almost cruel, how calm the world was while mine was falling apart. I stood up slowly, leaving the phone on the table. "You don't have to explain anymore, Sophie. You already did. Every time you looked at me and said you were happy." She reached for my hand, but I stepped back. The shock in her eyes was almost childlike, like she couldn't believe I was really walking away. "James, please," she said, standing now, her voice desperate. "We can fix this. I made a mistake." I looked at her. The woman I had once built a life around. The woman who used to be my safest place. And all I could feel was exhaustion. "No, Sophie," I said. "You didn't make a mistake. You made a choice. And now I'm making mine." With that, I turned and walked out. The cool night air hit me like a wave, sharp and clean. For the first time in months, I could breathe. She followed me out, calling my name, but I didn't stop. The sound of her heels on the pavement grew fainter until there was nothing left but the soft hum of the city and my own heartbeat. When I got home, the house felt different. Empty, but peaceful. I sat on the couch, staring at the framed photos on the mantel. Us at the beach, her laughing under the sun. Memories that now felt like someone else's life. I didn't smash them, didn't tear them down. I just took each frame and placed it face down, one by one. Quiet goodbye. That night, I slept better than I had in years. Not because the pain was gone, but because I finally stopped fighting to fix what was already broken. The next morning, I got a message from her. "I never thought you'd actually leave." I typed a reply, stared at it for a moment, then deleted it. Some things don't need answers. Instead, I packed a small bag, grabbed my keys, and drove out of the city. The sun was rising, a pale orange streak across the horizon. For the first time, I wasn't thinking about where she was or who she was with. I was thinking about myself, about starting over, about peace. Because sometimes, the loudest revenge isn't shouting, or exposing, or proving someone wrong. It's walking away, quietly, completely, and never looking back. And as I drove into the dawn, I realized that she would replay that moment, me standing there instead of him, for the rest of her life. Not because I caught her, but because I didn't stay to watch her fall apart. That was the difference. She lost me, and I finally found myself.